I think we got a problem. Got a problem.
Let's go. Get up. It's that club, baby. You hear that? We can't sit down to that. Okay.
Yo, what up, y'all? It's your boy, Sheik Luch, LOXD Block, Silverback. Hey, yo, right now I need to shout out the ISUPK classes.
I want to give a huge, big, humongous shout out to all the UPK schools.
We can't sit down to that.
Shout out to Black Watch, hosted by General Johanna. Word, I need y'all to check out Cross the Line Radio as well, man. They've been open all week from 7 to 9. They ain't shut down because of the corona, the COVID, and all that. They rockin' strong, you know what I mean?
Think we got a problem, but really it ain't though. It's one of me and these bitches, I count about 3, 4. Think we got a problem, but homie just all talk. He ain't gon' pop a balloon with a pitchfork. Nah, think we got a problem in the club with this dog. Rude boys, dogs, ladies, everybody.
All right, y'all. What's going on, man? What's happening, y'all? How y'all feeling today? Y'all good? All right, y'all with me or what? We good? All right, no sweat. All right, so today's class is going to be about power. Everybody knows what power is? What's power? Go ahead.
Having strength.
Having strength, right? Go ahead.
Is it the ability to control government? Or to control
That too,
actions?
right? That too. I want to read y'all something too what power is. Could somebody give me the definition of power? All right. We're in this position here that we are here in America because we lack power. Power is something that we haven't been able to obtain. Like if you look at like Black people all over the world, right? That's, you know, our people all over the world. How can a people be as dominant as we are, but we're able to be controlled by a minority of people? You understand? It doesn't make sense, right? How can we be still without power if we're the strongest people on earth? If we got melanin in our skin, ain't that what everybody say? We got melanin, we woke, right? How are we able to be conquered? How are we able to be dominated by every single race that comes here to America if we got power, which we don't? All right, go ahead. Read it. Go ahead.
The definition of power.
Hold on. Go ahead. You got it.
The ability to do something or act in a particular way, especially as a faculty or quality.
What's the next one?
The capacity or ability to direct or influence the behavior of others or the course of events.
Right. So the oppressor has power. That's clear. You know, because look, Gunnar Myrdal said it best. Y'all heard of Gunnar Myrdal?
No.
Gunnar Myrdal was a Swedish eugenicist that was financed by the Carnegie Corporation to give an unbiased look on the condition of Black people in America. Right. And so he wrote a book called An American Dilemma, The Negro Problem in Modern Democracy. And in this book, he showed how Black people were subservient and in a subordinate role in America. And he didn't say that it would actually get changed because this is the condition of what white supremacy is, right? So in his book, he said that Black people ideologically sway to the mind of wherever white people want us to go, right? So if the liberals got us in their hand, then what? We integrationalists, right? We want to be together with white people. But when the conservatives get their hand on us, then what? Now we want to be woke. We want to be separatists, right? We want to engage in Black nationalism. So really, it's like we don't have no ideology on anything. We just sway like little children, right? Whatever way that they push us. And this is why, because we work against our own self-interest, right? What is our self-interest? We don't even know. We work against ourselves. And the reason that because we work against ourselves, this is why we're allowed to be dominated by every single race that comes over here. We're not even in the game. How can somebody that came over here from, Afghanistan, how can they have stores and infrastructure over you? You understand? It's because our fight is not to have power. Our fight is to have everybody love us. That sucks, don't it? That's what our fight is. Like we haven't even come to this, like even after civil rights. We didn't even have enough mental fortitude to say, okay, well, we're going to create a defense mechanism that's going to protect us. Right? Now, we tried it. They tried it with the Black Panthers, right? Which was good because at the same time, they were sincere about it. But what happened? How were they able to get infiltrated?
You said the Black Panthers,
Mm-hmm.
by opening up to everyone,
Mm-hmm.
by allowing just any and everyone to come in and be a part of the movement.
Right. Y'all saw Black Messiah? Y'all saw the movie? The movie, it wasn't no problem with power to the people, right? I said this before. It's no problem with power to the people. That's fine. But the problem was all power to all the people.
Right.
That's where we went wrong at. Because once you start to open that door to allow other people to come in, we get what's that word I'm looking for? We get jammed up at every single time we try to do that. Right? Give me the scripture you was holding, Warrior. What is it? Homeborn? Go ahead, you got it.
The book of Jeremiah, chapter 2, verse 14.
Mm-hmm.
Is Israel a servant?
Mm-hmm.
Is he a homeborn slave?
Well, we're not supposed to be, but the fact remains that we are, right? Because look, it doesn't matter what side you vote for. Both sides want you to be dependent on them. We don't understand the system of white supremacy. We don't even understand it. We think that it's just something that we could just, talk about. And somehow we're going to be able to, have equality. Y'all ever heard of egalitarianism? You never heard of that? Egalitarianism, it went out, the light went out. Egalitarianism it's basically like the idea of being equal, right? The idea of everybody being equal. Now, that idea of everybody being equal is basically what rules the mentality in America. Really not the mentality for America, but really it just rules our mentality, right? Egalitarianism came with the Roman Empire, right? The idea that we all got to be one people, right? It's like in our mind, we feel like somehow we're going to merge with the oppressor and we're just going to be invisible because we're just going to be one people, right? But you can't do that because you can't have two kingdoms inside of one kingdom.
Right.
You can't do it, right? The whole basis of racism, the whole basis of white supremacy is to maintain the status quo of inequality. And if you can't understand that, then you really don't even know what the hell is going on. You're actually really asleep. And you are the homeborn slave that it's talking about, right? And read on, Warrior.
Why is he spoiled?
Mm-hmm.
The young lion roared.
Why are we spoiled? We're spoiled because we keep doing the same things. We're basically insane. This is a system that you have to be insane for it to flourish. Right? It's like we don't fight for the things that actually will make us free and not a homeborn slave. You know what we fight for? We fight for the things that are abstract, like education. We fight for jobs. We fight for to be accepted. We fight for, give me some. Y'all know what we fight for. Go ahead. Great. Education. right? We fight for those things, but those things are never really going to fix the problem, right? We fight for jobs. We fight for jobs. Think about it like this, right? We fight for jobs when we create all the jobs. Think about it like this. How many jobs have we created off of music? Just rap music, period. Just rap music. How many jobs have we generated? We've generated what? You got the backstage people. You got the people who work in in production. You got the stage assistants. You got the people. You got managers. You got producers. You got CEOs of record companies. You have actual distribution companies. You have marketing companies. You have you name it. Right now. If we created, just think of all the jobs that we created off of that. And then all the things that we have, like sports. How many jobs have we created off of sports? You know what I mean? Agents, all kinds of endorsements, all these different things that we created off of our sweat and off the backs of our hard work. So actually what we're doing is actually going out there asking for something that we already got, which makes no goddamn sense. Go ahead. Go ahead.
Salakia, sir. What you bringing out is very so heavy. I was what it brought me back to remembering and thinking about is when we had our Negro League, like how many jobs and how that can change the economy, because we see how powerful a NBA team is now. We see how powerful an NFL team is. We see how powerful a National Baseball League team is. We see the power that it has and the revenue that it brings. And they convince us to take our league and come and merge with their league. And now their league is the most powerful league.
Right.
Which is like the NBA.
Right.
Or us going and playing baseball. So what you bringing out, sir, I just wanted to add is just so heavy.
Most High in Christ. We have a cowardice leadership. Our leadership is cowardice, right? They was the leadership allowed the other nations to come in and totally destroy the black community. Totally destroy it, right? Somebody get me Isaiah 28 and 15. You know which one I want, Matazapah. 28 and 15. Go ahead, Matazapah.
Which one was, let me see that real quick, if I could. Which one was first, the Civil Rights or the Negro League?
What's that again?
Negro League or?
Which one?
The like baseball and all that.
Oh, that was the Negro Leagues.
Yeah, what year was the Negro Leagues? Was that?
Let me see.
Is that before?
Could somebody look it up? The Negro Leagues.
What year was the Negro Leagues?
It had to be like in the 40s. I'm assuming it had to be like the 40s.
Before civil rights, right?
Yeah, it was before civil rights. Yeah.
My point for asking that question is, so remember when Theshion was just talking about the Negro Leagues and how we should have had a wide eye to why they was coming to get black people to come and play in their league. You see what I'm saying? Amidst all of the racism and everything, the climate of America at that time. And so when they did start allowing black people to go into their league, right? Then the Negro League vanished, disappeared.
Right.
Same with our businesses. Same. We should have learned from how the Negro League got taken away from us, and so when civil rights came, we should have known that wouldn't have worked.
Right.
Because as soon as they let us in, we lose whatever we have.
Right. That's a rule. That's a rule. In
the 20s. It was in the 20s.
Yeah, in the 20s.
So we should have learned that civil rights wouldn't have worked based on what happened to us with our Negro Leagues and the different things that we had.
Right. So it's a rule to that, and the rule is that you can we could get accepted, right? We can get acceptance to a certain extent. So it's like you can get acceptance, but you can't have anything that you want that's going to benefit and empower your people. We have to be on the bottom of this society for it to actually work. Like, we don't even really understand, like, just for the idea, right? What kind of society is this? I think I almost said it, right? Go ahead. Capitalistic, right? So if we're fighting for equality, right? So if we're fighting for equality, what kind of system would it be if we were equal? No, not a democracy. If this is a capitalistic society, huh? Not socialist. Communist. This would be communist because we would be communist because communism is the idea that everybody's equal. And it doesn't matter if you're a doctor and I work at McDonald's, we're still all equal, right? That's Cuba, right? The idea of capitalism is the constant competition that we have with each other. And in the ideology of capitalism, you have to have poor people. Everybody can't be rich. Everybody can't have a job in capitalism. That's why it's so crazy when people are like, well, why don't you just get a job, right? Everybody cannot have a job in capitalism. You have to have a large pool of poor people. You have to have the oppressed people on the bottom, right? You have to have people out of their damn mind, right? Which one did I have you holding? Isaiah, right?
All
right, y'all with me on this?
All
right, no sweat. Go ahead.
Book of Isaiah, chapter. Oh, hold up.
Is that everybody there? Everybody getting there? Isaiah 28 and 15.
28. Book of Isaiah, chapter 28, verse 15.
Right on.
Because ye have said, we have made a covenant with death.
Right. Our leadership has made a covenant with death. They have. Because we die. This ideology that we have here in America is a death style. We die. And nobody want to say nothing, right? Because we're afraid. You know what? Look, I'm just going to be straight up. Black people are terrified of white people.
Right.
Terrified. When you should see how many people tell me, man, I don't know about y'all going out on the street like that, right? Whenever a black person has a voice, you get killed, right? Ain't that what's in our mentality? If you speak out and you, because of what they showed us in the past, right?
Right.
So this is why a lot of black people don't stand up. Because it's already embedded in your brain that if you stand up, you're going to die. White people are going to kill you. You understand? Like that's a mental defect. You know what I mean? That's in your brain. And it breeds a nation of cowards.
Right.
Just like the civil rights movement. The civil rights movement was a coward movement. It was like, well, we'll sit at this lunch counter and let you punch us in the face and beat us up so we can eat in your store. Like we fought to spend our money with black people, with white people. You know what I'm saying? Like we fought them. Got fire hoses sprayed on us. The dog biting your grandpop in the nuts so that we could give him our money. Right? Go ahead, Warrior. You go ahead. I'm sorry.
Go continue reading.
No, you had one to say something.
Sir. It was like what you was bringing out about like.
Oh, okay.
It's back.
Okay.
All right. It's like what you was bringing out about a week or two ago about how we have as a people, as a nation of people, we have a paternalistic relationship with the oppressor. Like we rely on them for everything. Whatever they say, we do, and we have to have like a inbred fear in our hearts and in our minds.
Yeah.
Over the oppressor.
Right. It's like we're the children. Look at us. Look at black people. I'm just saying, I'm just speaking about black people, not the Hispanics for right now, right? But just look at black people. Look at our neighborhoods. The hood is dangerous for me, right? If I go through the hood, it's dangerous for me. I can get killed. But who is safe? The Chinese are safe. The East Indians are safe. Nobody goes against that, right?
Right.
They're safe. I haven't seen any crimes committed against any Chinese people and they got stores all in the hood.
Right.
Right? You know why it's like that? The reason that it's like that is because in our mind, we already know that messing with them is a no-win situation. Right? We automatically it's in our brain. Like in our sister's brain, the sisters, they automatically know. Right? We automatically know that that's a fight that we can't win. So automatically on a national level, I'm talking about not national, but global. Right. On a global level, black men in America are emasculated and you're weak, right? So what does a person who is emasculated have? A fragile ego. So these brothers that's in the hood, their egos are fragile. So if you say something about me on Instagram, right? You make a video about me, I'm gonna destroy you. So essentially what white supremacy has been able to do is weaponize us against each other. And so it's all like it, man. I'm trying to tell y'all, man. Like like I wanted to I've been talking to Mataza Pod too. Like I've been really like studying it. You know what I'm saying? Like really getting a full understanding on what it is. It's a book that y'all can get called. It's a book that y'all can get because see, what I do is this is how I find books. What I do is I watch lectures. Like you got Dr. Amos Wilson, right? You got Dr. Frances Cress Weldon. Y'all know about her, right? She be a little crazy with it sometimes, but at the same time, when you watch those lectures, they look boring. Now it's even like Amos Wilson. He's pretty much like Afrocentric, but the information is still there. You know what I'm saying? And then grab the books that they tell you to grab. And you'll see them on like Amazon, it'd be like one left. You know what I'm saying? And that's what I do. I go get those kind of books, but it'll give you a real understanding. But the book that will give you a good understanding on racism and white supremacy, the book is called The Interracial Con Game. Interracial Con Game. Go ahead. Somebody had their hand up. Okay,
Slaki, if I may, like what you bringing out is heavy because that childlike mentality that we have, it was on full display with the verses that was just one of them bones.
Yeah,
was against 3-6 Mafia and how childish they was acting with that fight.
Right, you gonna fight your brother? Right. You're gonna fight your brother, but remember, it was white people on the stage too. But you ain't got no smoke for none of them. But you gonna fight your brother. When when all y'all trying to do is you ain't had no music out in 20 years, 25 years. Matter of fact, Bone Thugs and Harmony is whack. I didn't know how whack they were until I saw the verses. They're actually whack. It's like weed smoking music. You know what I mean? It's lucky. I grew up on Bone. You know what I'm saying? But in his verses, I'm like, they was kind of whack. But you ain't been up there in 20 years. You get up there and that's how you act. Like you ain't got no damn sense. You should be happy that you even got a versus battle.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? You should be happy that you even out there in the public eye in 2021. All right? When rap is a young man's game that prioritizes youth. So if rap is a game that prioritizes youth, for you to be a grown man like that in your 40s, you got grandkids, you should be happy that you're up on the stage and you're able to perform and do your craft. All right, you got it. All right, no sweat.
And with hell, are we at agreement?
This the leadership. They had agreement with our hell that we go through. How do I know? Right? Because where the hell are the leadership at right now? Where's all the woke niggas at? It's Christmas time, right? All the woke niggas ain't woke no more. They rapping, what'd you say? They rapping presents right now. So hiding them in the trunk of the car. But when Donald Trump was in office, we gotta get our own nation. Nigga, but now it's Christmas time. Now you singing Christmas carols. Go ahead, Mataza Pa.
And that like, and it's hard to fight against that spirit. Everything it's hard to fight everything inside of you that wants to be in the spirit of America. Be in the spirit of Christmas, be in the spirit of Thanksgiving, be in the spirit of all of that. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Because it's so like Christmas carols is at work. Everybody's talking about everybody and their mom is talking about, like you said, Christmas, and these are the same people that supposed to be conscious, support Black Lives Matter, whatever. But these people are going to wrap presents, and the spirit is. I'm gonna tell you how hard it is to fight against it. You even have Israelites. I got a video on my laptop, right? Of a fake Israelite group. And this Israelite group, he's telling the other dude that, hey man, you know, if you gotta wrap that present, if you gotta bring a present home, then go ahead and bring the present home, because pretty much like how we always say, if you don't bring the present home, you considered a bad father in the world. And that's the advice that he was given to that's the advice that he was given to another brother.
Right. Which is, I'm gonna say it, ass backwards.
Right.
Right? It's like, okay, all right, let me give it to y'all like this, right? Just like the general said it, which was a heavy point, right? All right. Like the general said it, he said about a couple weeks ago, right? Around Thanksgiving. Matter of fact, it was Thanksgiving, right? We still celebrate Thanksgiving, right? Like black people, right? We still celebrate it, and we know the back history with Thanksgiving, right? For the most part, we all know that it has something to do with the white people killing the Native Indians, right?
Right.
But we just don't give a damn because we want to eat, right? So if we just don't give a damn because we want to eat, then we can't get mad at white people, right? When they just trying to watch the football game. They just trying to enjoy the Super Bowl. They don't want to hear about niggas getting killed by the police. They don't want to hear Black Lives Matter when they just trying to enjoy the Super Bowl, right? They don't want to see Beyonce up there with the Black Panther dancers and trying to do a tribute to the Black Panthers. They don't want to hear that. They just want to enjoy the football game. We can't be what's that word called? We can't with hypocrites.
Okay.
We can't be hypocrites. You can't say that you don't care about the Native Indians getting killed because you just want to eat. You can't be mad at them because they just want to watch football and they don't want to hear nothing about black people. They don't want you kneeling when the goddamn Star Spangled Banner come on. Right? They want it. So if you totally got the right to celebrate Thanksgiving and not give a damn about what the white man did to the Native Indians, then they got the right to watch a football game and not give a damn about Trayvon Martin. You understand? It's like we got to start to really think about these things, right? Go ahead.
It's like it, man. But if Nick Rose really cared about, the national anthem and kneeling and all that, Nick Rose would have just stop watching it.
Right. You gotta be there.
Just stop watching it.
Right.
But because we don't have nothing to do with our lives.
Right.
They got us with Monday Night Football.
Right.
America got you with Monday Night Football.
Right.
They at least know on Monday nights, you're not going to be able to think critically. Like when you get off of work, you're going to get home and all you want to do is just make a sandwich, sit down and watch the game.
Right.
You're going to be the type of person that we ain't got to worry about to be conscious or to be smart or to be woke or to be thinking about you an Israelite or thinking about we the oppressors. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
We know we ain't got to worry about you.
Right.
Because you're going to tune in on Monday. Like we as a whole, what's going on, man? We as a whole should have just said, damn the goddamn NFL and just stop watching it.
Right.
Period.
They need to have sports. Remember, Rome had the Colosseum, right? The Greeks had the Colosseum, right? They have to have sports as a way to distract the people. Because if they don't have sports, people are going to start waking up to what's really going on around them, right? They wanted sports so bad during COVID that they had a basketball game with nobody in the stands, but they had fake people in the stands just to get you to watch it. They have fake people in the stands because they have to have the sports going on to keep you distracted. Right? Our leadership, they're at agreement with the hell that we go through. Remember, hell is not under the earth. Hell is not a condition that when you die, you're going to burn and some dude is going to be poking you in the butt for eternity with a pitchfork. That's not hell. Hell is where you at right now. Hell is the ghetto. Hell is drug use. Hell is molestation. Hell is rape. Hell is what we're going through here in America. That's hell. Hell is a condition on the earth.
Right.
Heaven is a condition on the earth. The oppressor is in heaven right now because this is his world right now. He is in complete domination of every non-white people that's on this earth, right? So by proxy, if the white man is in heaven, where are you at? Exactly. Go ahead.
and all black leadership have to do in order not to be in agreement with, you know, the hell that we go through is actually tell us that we are in hell.
Right.
Actually tell us who we are.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? And why we going through hell. But also tell us how great we are. You know what I mean? How great we are, that we got royalty, that God only loves us. And Christ only came from, like, if they would tell us that those types of things, then we could start to come up out of this hell that I'm
going to show y'all something.
Go through.
Give me 1 second, y'all. Let me show y'all Kamala Harris, man. Let me show y'all Kamala Harris real quick. Salakia. I'm going to show y'all Kamala Harris, man. For all the people that wanted to just had to vote for Donald Trump because, I mean, not Donald Trump, but what's his name? Joe Biden, right? Just had to vote for him because for sure, you know, Kamala Harris and him, they was going to do something for black people, right? Let me show y'all something, man. Hold on. For one, well, they removed something. Always, right? That's just YouTube. All right. So Kamala Harris was, she was black, right? Ain't that what they said?
For the election, sir.
All right. All right, let me show y'all. First, starts on cast loss. All right. Where is it at? I'll know it as soon as I see it. All right, there we go, right there.
Did you know the same video API that does this can also do this? And even this. California's coming.
All right, hold on. I'm gonna bring it up for the people to see it. All right, give me 1 more second, y'all. And let me go back to YouTube. I'm gonna pull up 2. Let's see, Kamala Harris. All right, there we go. Here we go. I'm going to play this. Give me 2 seconds, y'all. I got y'all.
Do you support
all right. Oh, here we go. Hold on. I don't want to give it away. Hold on. Give me 1 second. Let me bring this up, right? Let me bring it up. Let me share it with everybody that's at home so y'all can see it. All right, I'm going to share my screen with y'all. Make sure I got that. All right. Boom. All right, boom, right here. All right. I'll probably have to play it 2 times just so because it's such a short clip, and that way everybody at home will be able to see it. I'm gonna make it big so everybody will be able to see it. All right. All right, here we go. I'm gonna mute my mic. I'm gonna mute my mic so that.
California's Kamala Harris is the first Indian American U.S. Senator. The state attorney general took on another Democrat, Loretta Sanchez. Harris is the first Indian American U.S. Senator. Harris is the first Indian American U.S. Senator. The state.
Now, when she ran for president, right, she was black. But at this particular time, she didn't know she was going to run for president. She didn't know that she was going to have to get she was going to have to get black girl magic. She didn't understand that at that time. She was just a senator. But she was the first Indian American citizen. But when she ran with Joe Biden, it was like, she's black and of black, you know, Pacific black Asian descent, right? Because they had to throw that in there because they understand that black people are dumb and emotional. And they know that we have to look for something that we're going to be able to identify with. And what's the one thing at its very base nature do we identify with? Skin complexion. That's what we identify with at its very base nature, right? But all right, so I'm gonna drop that, right? Hold on. All right, I'm gonna drop that. But I want to show y'all something. Because it says that hell they had agreement, right? On leadership. Now, remember, Kamala Harris is leadership right now for Black people. She's in leadership right now for Black people. Kamala Harris is in leadership, right? All right, no sweat. Watch this. Let me share my screen again. All right. All right. Make sure y'all get the audio. Bring that up. Where's that? Oh, reparations. There we go. All right. So I think.
Oh yeah, that's it. That's a mean Salakia said.
Huh?
That's a mean one right there.
Yeah. Now look at this. Now watch this sister right here. Now this sister is very direct with what she's saying. This sister is very, very specific. Well, just watch what she say.
Do you support reparations for Black people? Well, listen, again, we had over 200 years of slavery. We had Jim Crow.
Hold on, did you see what she said though? She didn't answer all of that.
We had legalized discrimination and segregation, and now we have segregation and discrimination that is not legal but still exists and is a barrier to progress. We have disparities around housing. We have disparities around education. We have disparities around income. And we have to recognize that everybody did not start out on an equal footing in this country. And in particular, Black people have not. And so we have got to recognize that and do something about that and give folks a lift up. That's why, for example, I'm proposing the LIFT Act. Give people who are making $100,000 or less as a family a tax credit, which will benefit and uplift 60% of Black families who are in poverty.
So by default, it affects Black families, but there's not a particular policy for African Americans that you would explore.
But no, if you look at the reality of who will benefit from certain policies, when you take into account that they're not starting at the same place and they're not starting on equal footing, it will directly benefit Black children, Black families, Black homeowners, because the disparities are so significant. So if we focus on the specific issues that have resulted in the greatest disparities, and we understand that that's part of why we're doing it. Listen, the reality also is this: any policy that will benefit Black people will benefit all of society. Let's be clear about that. Let's really be clear about that. So I'm not going to sit here and say I'm going to do something that's only going to benefit Black people. No, because whatever benefits that Black family will benefit that community and society as a whole and the country, right?
Did y'all hear that? Right. Nigga, did you hear that? Nigga, did you hear that? All she said, well, let me help her out. No. Right. Do you believe Black people should get reparations? No. That's all she had to say. She went all the way around the board to just get at what she really wanted to say. And she just said no. Go ahead, Matazapa.
Sorry, and if I may, it's just small things. Maybe I notice things that, maybe I, overthink things and read into things too far, but it sounded like to me she minimized our slavery. She just said over 200 years. Nick Rowe, wait a minute. 200 years, wait a minute. That's an understatement right there, right? But then she talked about how she would, whatever this was, these cuts or whatever that she was going to make, that they would directly help. They was going to help everybody, but directly help Black people because of the disparities that, that we have, right? But when I think of that, there is nothing going to change, because if the people who, if we don't already have nothing, right, and if you giving people that have a lot, like 100,000 or whatever, a tax break, then they're still going to be above us. Mm-hmm. You see what I'm saying? they still gonna. There's nothing that you're gonna be able to do that's gonna cut that wealth gap.
Mm-hmm.
You see what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
Because you giving the tax break to everybody.
Right.
You see what I'm saying? So
right.
when you give that tax break to a person with 100,000, they still stay up here,
mm-hmm.
and me with 30 or 40,000, I'm still right here. He's still above me because we both got the same break.
Right. Exactly. Hold on.
And then that's why. And then at the end, she said, you know, it'll be foolish for me to just give it to black people. That's what it all was about, right there.
I'm gonna give
you see what I'm saying?
I just gave you an applause.
Yeah, that's what it was all about right there. So like it.
All right. All right. I just gave you an applause. Hold on. Let me see. Hold on. There we go.
Today I got time, cuz.
Yeah, good time, cuz.
Everything that she said, everything that she said, it made absolutely no sense. Right, to somebody who.
Oh, I got the bomb now, that's you. I got the bomb. All right, we good to go. I'm gonna be dropping bombs now. Y'all say some hot stuff, man. I'm gonna drop some bombs for y'all. All right. So what he said was right. Look, this is our leadership. We voted for this. This is what we wanted. And this is why the Lord is gangster, man, because the Lord will give us what we want just to show you that ain't what you want. So now I think we got, 1,000 more days of Kamala Harris until the next election when he'll come around and get us again and go for the double term, right? Because and that's probably what'll happen, right? Now they got to get the chicken ready, get the hot sauce ready, because that's for sure. That's what you get honorary. You can come to the barbecue, right? Get the white people that could pop lock, right? That's what we like to see, right? Go ahead.
That's what the next presidential dude is gonna do.
Yeah,
he's gonna.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? They didn't already talk about the hot sauce.
Yeah.
Joe Biden didn't already came in there and talking about biscuit. No, what he said?
Chicken and biscuits.
Chicken and biscuits. And I seen a picture of Bernie Sanders. He took a picture of like a plate of fried chicken.
Yeah, 2 drumsticks drumstick.
So now the next dude, he has the potluck.
Yeah, he got to do
Bill
something.
Clinton already played the saxophone and smoke weed.
Yeah.
The next dude gonna have to do something to really wow black people.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Right, exactly. We'll invite anybody to the cookout.
He's going to breakdance, or barbecue something. He's
right.
Gonna barbecue a bit.
Right.
Barbecue sauce on everything.
On everything, right? Because what does politicians know? Politicians know that black people are dumb and emotional.
Right.
Right? And they play on our emotions, right? Because that's part of it, right? That's part of the emotionalism that we under in America, right? They understand that we're emotional and we're unstable. The only way that this thing can work is if we are unstable as in our mentality, right? Just for the idea that we go out and vote every 4 years, not even understanding the voting process. Don't even understand it. No, you can ask ask somebody, look, do an experiment. Go to work tomorrow and ask somebody, you voted? Well, what's his foreign policy? What kind of policies did he want to do? How does the voting process go? What is a super delegate? What's a pledge delegate? What's a closed primary election? What's a primary election, right? Ask them what that is. They're not going to be able to tell you, right? Because all we know is rock the vote, vote or die, let freedom ring, hashtag vote, hashtag woke, right? Because we live in a hashtag culture, right? And that's how we get free, through hashtags. Right? We don't have no real plan of how we're going to get power. We don't have that plan, right? And real power, we can get it, and we can get real power, but it has to come from the Lord. That's the part. It's a lot of smart people out here. Don't get me wrong. A lot of doctors, a lot of people that really got good answers to a lot of these questions. But the factor that they don't have is spirit. That's the part that we're missing. It's the spirit, right? We got everything. We got a lot of stuff, like really in our corner as far as intellectuals and everything. They can articulate racism. We can articulate it so good. What if we need to, we just go get the smart black girl from the goddamn honor school that makes straight A's. We'll put her up there at the Black Lives Matter Sashay show. Right? We'll put her up there to talk about racism. Right? We got a lot of smart, big-head Negroes. But we just don't have the spirit. Right? Matazaba, you want to say something?
And I mean, to your point, because what you're dropping is heavy, man. And if I could, because I'm trying to be quiet, man.
Nah, please go ahead.
Be quiet, right? But to your point, Salagia, like when you talk about the big head Negroes, right? Like they can articulate the racism that we're going through. They can articulate the struggle that we're going through. But one thing that they can articulate is like a solution.
Mm-hmm.
Like where do we go from here? How do we get out of the oppression that we're going through? And an example that that came to mind was when we was at that concert. Y'all brothers remember when we was at that concert and it was KRS-One? Well, we was down there passing out the flyers and stuff.
Mm-hmm.
But y'all remember when he was talking about how we gotta follow some law. We gotta. Y'all remember? You remember he was giving a speech up there. He was talking about follow. We have to follow some type of law. But he never said what type of law we have to follow. He never said it has to be God's law. He just said we have to follow some type of law. We have to figure out how to stop being lawless. We have to do this. We have to do that. But never gave us a solution. You know, on how do we start to work towards the goals that we need to work towards.
Right.
Never once did he say, the laws that I'm telling you to follow is come right out of that book. You see what I mean? Like they can articulate the racism, but they can't articulate, like a solution.
Right, exactly. You absolutely right. Homie, drop a bomb for you. Right? This is the thing, right?
Who put that roadcaster up there?
This is the thing, right? If you, that's all fine with KRS-One was talking about, right? Coming together, right? Racial solidarity, race pride, right? All while you're still trying to be with the same people that's destroying you. You can't have racial pride with racial suicide. It's not going to work. It's a contradiction, right? If we're going to be pro-black, we got to be pro-black all the way. We can't just be pro-black with just and you look. The white people that you cool with can come around though, right? We got to understand that everybody that's everybody, matter of fact, everybody is an oppressor is a part of the, white supremacy. Everybody is complicit in it. Even if you have that cool white friend that everybody is likes, they're still in it, right? Because racism can be anybody. Any one of the oppressors can use racism at any time, right? Anytime, and this is just a system that is always going all day, morning shift, evening shift, and night shift. They're figuring out ways to destroy black people. See, they work all the way around the clock, 3 shifts. We work 1 shift and go home. 1. You know what I mean? You go to work and you go home, and that's it. That's really all you really got for the rest of the day anyway. Right? Where was we at? What scripture was you on?
We was on Isaiah chapter 28, verse 15.
All right, go ahead.
Continue or start?
Go ahead. Go from the top so the people at home can be with you.
The book of Isaiah chapter 28, verse 15. Because ye have said, we have made a covenant with death.
All right, so let's break it down like this. The preachers, right? What do they tell us? That the laws are done away with, right? We don't got to follow the laws no more because Christ nailed it to the cross, right? Because Christ nailed it to the cross. We ain't got to celebrate the law. We ain't not celebrate, but we don't have to follow the laws of God anymore, right? Because Christ nailed it to the cross when he died, right? Now, if we don't follow, what is breaking the law? No, in the scriptures, what is transgression of the law? Sin. Right? And what are the wages of sin? Death. So if they're teaching us that the laws are done away with, they are what? Making a covenant with what?
With death. A covenant with death.
They made a covenant with death. Our pastors, all of them. T.D. Jakes, Creflo Dollar, Mark Burns, Clarence Thomas. Give me some more, Matala. Give me some more. Daryl Scott. Oh, man. That nigga there. Daryl Scott, Juanita Bynum. You understand? And Joel Osteen. Go ahead.
Salakia, they just found $600,000 in the walls of Joel Osteen's church.
Right. He putting the people's money in the damn walls and plastering it up.
Right. Because I think it was like in 2000 and maybe like 5 years ago or 5 years ago.
2014.
2014, there was $600,000 that was missing from the weekend offering.
Mm-hmm.
For one, they was able to raise $600,000 over 2 days.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
But then the money went missing, and so it just went missing. But then,
right, because
however many years later, they find this money in the wall. You know what I'm saying?
Because remember, Joel Osteen is his church is like 40,000.
But ain't nobody just break
40,000. Hold on,
and try to put it in the wall.
40,000 times let me see, times that by $10. Woo! If everybody gives them $10, that's 400 grand. That's pretty good. Ouch.
I mean, they breaking in the dough, man.
Yeah.
Break it up.
Right, you're breaking it in. Go ahead, Warrior. Let's get some on it. Mm-hmm.
And with hell, are we at agreement?
They're in agreement with our hell. Right? They're in agreement with it. They're in agreement with the hood the way that it is. That's why not Donald Trump, that's why Obama didn't do a damn thing for black people at all. Because he doesn't have a sense of responsibility to us. He didn't. Because they knew exactly what they had to do. They had to put a black face on white supremacy. So no matter whoever you get is going to give you white supremacy. Does not matter if Oprah becomes a president, if Beyonce becomes a president, if Rihanna becomes a president, they're going to give you white supremacy.
Right.
No matter what. Right? Let me ask you this. What's black culture? Don't you hear that a lot? What's black culture?
I used to say this to my friends, and they used to be like just basketball, rapping, and smoking weed.
Mm-hmm.
That's black culture.
That's black culture? Yeah. That's black culture. What's black culture?
Whatever the white man say.
Right? Exactly. Black culture is an underground version of white culture. Right? Even though we're different people, right? We're different people, right? We got differences, right? But our values are still the same as the oppressor, right? The way we formulate our opinions off of relationships, it comes from the oppressor. You feel the way that you feel about relationships because the oppressor conditioned you to feel that way. You look through the world through the eyes of the oppressor. So does the leadership. Why? Because subconsciously we want to be like them. Right. You know, we really do. We want to be just like this. One people, you know, it's actually like it's like a testament to our poor health, mental health. Go ahead.
And I want that earlier. I think y'all was talking about us being children.
Yeah.
Yeah, every child wants to be like their damn daddy.
Let me get that was it? That was it on that?
No, sir.
Go ahead.
When the overflowing scourge shall pass through, it shall not come unto us.
That's right. That's right. Go ahead.
For we have made lies our refuge.
That's what they hide behind. Lies. Oh, damn, they lying. It's called benign neglect. You heard of that, Thoshiyam? Benign neglect. That means they ain't gonna tell niggas that they gonna give us nothing, so they don't gotta give you nothing. That's why she said it was a very straightforward question, wasn't it?
Right.
Do you believe black people should get reparations? Well, see, we got a program. See, the programs where black people will be able to benefit from is going to see everybody can benefit. See, what I'm trying to tell you is it's a straight question. Do you believe black people should get reparations? The answer is no, you don't. Why? Because one thing that you ain't never going to get, right, is black dollars passed over to black hands. They're not going to do it. You think they're going to pass it over to you and make you equal in America? That goes against the system that's set up.
Right.
It goes against it. You would be hardly remiss to think that you're going to get something out of them that's going to benefit you economically on a whole nother level, that take you up to a whole nother notch. It's not going to happen. So guess what you're going to get? You're going to get symbolic gestures. right? They'll give you a George Floyd statue. They'll take some of the racist statues down, you know, in South Carolina. They're not getting rid of them. They just got them in the closet. They just put them in the closet. All right. They'll take them down. They'll give you Juneteenth. Right? Go ahead.
Get rid of Ain't Your Mama.
Yeah, they'll take Aunt Your Mama off the pancake box. They'll do that. But you ain't getting no money. How about that? Try that on for size. You ain't getting nothing. That's how it go. And the quicker we understand that, the quicker we can start to repair our poor mental health. Go ahead.
I'm bringing out is so heavy. You know, with the way you saying like you're not getting nothing, you're not getting no money. When you, I don't care if you Black, Hispanic, or Native American, and you go in for a business loan, me and you know about that.
Yeah.
I don't care how good your credit is. I don't care what's going on. They will not give you a business loan, and they'll give you a loan for a car.
Right.
They'll give you a loan for a mortgage because that money is going right back to them.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? But to get a business loan for a brother, that's tough, sir. So that's a perfect example of what you're saying, sir.
Right. I heard a brother tell me we ain't in slavery. I said, well, damn. All right, no sweat. All right, yeah, I got you, warrior. Yeah, I got you. Talking about we ain't in slavery. All right. Well, what's gonna happen if a million niggas show up at the LaGuardia Airport, or what's the airport in Philly? The Philly International. A million niggas show up talking about we leaving. What's gonna happen? Go ahead.
And that actually goes to show you the slave mentality that Black people are under. Nobody else would go for that. Like the so-called Jews, right? They wouldn't still be living with the damn Germans.
Right.
You know what I mean? They understood that in order for them to be considered their own people, they had to get away from the Germans. In order for them to not be oppressed, they had to get away from the Germans. We're the only people that think we free because we can walk down the street and spend $10.
Right.
You see what I'm saying?
Right.
With some people that don't look like us.
Right. I mean, the idea of Black nationalism is not a bad idea. You know, in theory, it's not a bad idea. Marcus Garvey stood for Black nationalism, right? It's like a separatist. It's a separate state for Black people, a different country, a way for us to get away, right? There's nothing wrong with that. But at the same time, we got to see where it went wrong, right? We got to be able to critique those leaders who came in the past, right? So like Black History Month shouldn't be a time for us to celebrate Black history. It should be a time where we should be analyzing where we went wrong in the past so that we can fix it and get real solutions to our issues, right? Because remember, the system that we're like, what we try to do, we try to vote and try to, figure out a way that we can get solutions to our problems without actually really trying to address the elephant in the room, right? So really at the end of the day, the end game is not to empower us as a people. It's just to give us bad. It's to give us bad solutions, right? That's what they do. Just give us bad solutions. It's not going to work. So we'll be here. Like, they've been talking about Black people being equal when it was black and white TV. Like, it was black and white TV. We've been articulating racism since TV was black and white. Now we got, what 4K? We got 4K. We about to go up to the metaverse. We about to be in virtual reality. And somehow we can't end racism? That shows you that it's a system that you just can't change because it's about genetic survival. Right? I'm not gonna go all the way into it, all right? But all right, you can drop that. Let me get the spirit of fear. Didn't give us the spirit of fear, but of power, right? Power. That's what we gotta always go for, is our power. Because we don't have, without power is the reason why there's no such thing as a Black community. I remember the general taught me that. And now I've been really able to really internalize it. Right? There is, Black people don't have communities. We have neighborhoods. We have neighborhoods, right? Because the community is controlled by the families that live in the community. And the families that live in the community control the environment. Black people don't control the environment. That's why white people can come in and kill us and leave and not get charged with nothing. That's why Kyle Rittenhouse can come down there and do whatever the hell he want if he wanted to and kill black people and nothing's gonna happen to him because we don't control our environment. So yeah, black people, we have neighborhoods, right? It's just a collective of black people that live on land that we don't own, right? We're just occupying the space. So we don't own the land that we live on, right? And we don't own the businesses in the community. We don't have banks and we don't have grocery stores. So if the grocery store closed, we in bad shape. We in bad shape. Because how many niggas know how to fish? It's a few of us that do, but the majority of us don't know how to go in there and go get a deer and gut him in the woods and drag him out. That's work. But we do know how to grab some chicken wings, right, from the store. We could do that, right? Because we are totally unprepared because we've been on concrete our whole life. We've been on concrete our whole life. My backyard, it has no grass. It's just straight concrete. Ain't no grass in my backyard. I had a dog. He ain't know where to take a poop. He was like, he was looking around like, you know, because he's a dog. You know, a dog gonna not like go with like, you know, his natural, you know what I mean? His natural instincts. But when I let him go out, he ain't know where to go. He was like, it ain't no grass. I guess I gotta, you know, take a number 2 on this concrete block. So that's what it is, y'all, man. Our leadership sucks. The Lord will give us power. He'll let us get out of this condition that we in. But, it's a but, right? We got to change our lives, right? We got to, remember what Christ said? You can't put old wine into new bottles, right? You got to put new wine into new bottles. That's how you do it. That's how you change. You come in here, you give us 90 days. Give us that 90 days. Give it to us. Right? Give us that 90 days. Get that name, right? Get your Hebrew name, right? Once you get your Hebrew name, from there, you start the growth process. You start to find out what high holy days we supposed to celebrate. You start to find out what you can do and what you can't do. The Bible is very specific. This is what you can do. This is what you can't do, right? You start to learn the laws, the statutes, and the commandments, right? Which is what? Say it with me, government, right? That's how you learn. The laws is between me and you. It's how we deal with each other as brothers and sisters, right? The statutes is how we govern the city or the providence or whatever the hell you want to call it, right? And it's how the Lord has a specific way for us to do something, right? That's a statute. And then you got the commandments. And the commandments is between us and the Most High, right? And if we can follow those 3 things, then we have government. And when you have government, you have the rule of law. And when you have the rule of law, you get the J word. What's that? Justice. Right? That's why we can't get none now. Because we are lawless people without a law. Justice for Trayvon Martin. Justice for Michael Brown. Justice for Sandra Bland. Justice for Tamir Rice. Justice for Antoine Rose. Justice for Antoine Blake. Did we get any justice for any of them? Because we don't see ourselves as a nation. And because we don't see ourselves as a nation, then we're just a collective bunch of people who move in on their own self-interest. And that's the product of not having a leader. Because we don't have a leader, everybody's going to move whatever best suits them for their self-interest. But when you have leadership, then you're going to move and you're going to do what's in the best interest of the collective, right? As the group in total. So we're not going to have Uncle Tom niggas that's going to sell us out. This is why you got niggas like Stephen A. Smith that sit on ESPN all goddamn day, Sports Center, and talk about LeBron like a goddamn dog, right? And Kyrie Irving for not getting a damn shot, right? But never say nothing about the football player who lied about getting vaccinated. right? Because no matter what position that you have, that any position of power that you have, you can't use it to downgrade white people. That's straight up. So you can be a cop and you can have authority over people, but even though you're a black cop, you do not have the authority to oppress white people. White cops can do that because they're part of the system. You're not. And this is why black cops treat white people with the utmost respect. That's why black cops don't kill unarmed white people. Right? Go ahead, Warrior. Salakia.
Khan, the book of 2 Timothy, chapter 1, verse 7. For God have not given us the spirit of fear.
Right. I believe the sister, you getting there? You good to go? What's that? What was that?
2 Timothy, chapter 1, verse 7.
2 Timothy 1 and 7. All right, no sweat. You got it, Warrior. Everybody there? Y'all good? All right, no sweat. You got it.
Khan. For God have not given us the spirit of fear.
The Lord didn't give us a spirit of fear, but we are afraid. We are terrified of the oppressor. That's why we figure out a way that, we try to figure out a way that we don't piss them off, but still try to get what we need. Right? And we haven't, I mean, let's be honest. We haven't seen real racism. Right? We haven't seen what happened in the 60s and the 50s and the 40s. I've never seen nobody get hung from a tree. You never seen it. But somehow we afraid. Why? It's not in our DNA. You know, they always say that too. It's because this is what we're taught all goddamn day, that if you come up against us, this is what'll happen. This is why they at the end of Birth of a Nation, the ending credits was everybody hanging from a tree. Those types of things psychologically get, burned into your subconscious. So like, okay, Nat Turner, he revolted against, America, but this is what happened. He got hung from a tree and they ate his body parts. And they sold his fingers and his, and his limbs to people. And people put them up on a shelf like trophies. Right? This is look, I'll tell you, I'll give you another book to read. The Delectable Negro. Right? The Delectable Negro talks about how they would chop us up and boil us in pots and make you eat it. Make us eat it. Right? Homoeroticism. Right? It was like this is what they did to us. So the savagery of white folks is just beyond what any normal person could even fathom. And we somehow think that somehow we dealing with somebody who's not about war. Every other nation understands they got enemies except us. And when a nation understands that they got enemies, what do? They put things in position to protect them from their enemies.
Right.
Every nation understands they got enemies except black people. We're the only ones that don't understand that. Talk you want to say something? I'm sorry. All right. Could you? The Lord didn't give us a spirit of fear, but go ahead.
But of power.
But of what?
But of power.
Say it one more time.
But of power. And of love.
The love is not for every other nation, man. Blacks, Hispanics, and Native Indians, we have the love that we're supposed to have is for each other. Love is what's going to end black on black crime. Love is what's going to end that because somebody's going to forgive somebody. And you know what? Look, I'm going to tell you. Do y'all see those? Matanza Brown brought it out. Do y'all see those damn prosthetic masks that they have out right now? Them prosthetic masks that
all right. They've been using them for a long time.
Hold on, let me see. I'm gonna show you. Hold on.
They got the hands now.
Go ahead, talk about that.
They got the hands now that go with the mask. So the hand is so good, right? The dude put the hand on, right? The hand is so good that you can pick up a piece of paper. You can put this thing on, right? And it looks like a black hand, but and it's so good you can pick up a Is it a slice of paper? I was about to say a slice of paper. You can pick up a piece of paper. That's how good it is. So not only would your face be black, but now your hands and your wrist and everything like that will be black as well.
I'm gonna show y'all, man.
If you commit a crime.
All right, let's see here.
It's the one right there. Right there. Hold on, the second video. That one right there. That's one word.
Oh, but I wanted to get them. I wanted to show them right this one.
That one.
Oh, that's crazy right there. So then, yeah.
All right, come on, YouTube. Let's get it, YouTube. All right, I'll go over here and try to share it real quick. All right, so it's probably playing right now. All right, let me bring it back a little bit. All right, I'm gonna add it in the thing for the people to see. Look at that. Hold on 1 second to talk about. I'm gonna make it big so they can see it.
Yeah, but that one.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Look at that. Look at that. All right, let me stop it. Now, you out on Halloween dressed up as counselor, right? You know, you running around like Donkey Kong, right? In a monkey suit. But guess who else is out there? White people dressed up like black people. And guess what they doing? Starting gang wars between the GD. What did they didn't let the BDKs in the door, right? Ain't that what? They didn't went to O Block and shot up O Block and said BDK with a bandana on. And the people who get shot up, what's the description they give to the police? It was a black person with an afro, with sunglasses on and a beard and a goatee. And then what do O Block do? O Block goes over there to 63rd Street and go shoot it up. See what I'm saying? And then what does 63rd do? Go back to O Block and shoot it up. And then you have 1,000 murders a year. You understand? Like, we don't understand how deep it goes because we don't understand that we at war. We don't even understand that they would even stoop to this level to even do something like that. See, this is what's good about coming here to class. This is what's good about this, right? You know what's good about this is that you get a good understanding of the oppressor. When in here, you're gonna get a good understanding of the oppressor, right? So no matter if he comes in the morning when you go to your slavery and he's smiling in your face, he's still the devil the Bible speaks of.
Right.
If he's shooting up the school, he's still the devil the Bible speaks of. Like, if we understood white supremacy, then we would understand their behavior. And then their behavior wouldn't have no bearing on how we look at them. But the problem is we don't understand that we're at war. So since we don't understand that we're at war, right, then them smiling in your face does have a bearing on you. It kind of, makes you feel warm and fuzzy. All up in here. Right? And this is the problem. We don't understand that we're at war because of our leadership. Right? Any more on that? Read it one more time from the top for Zariah Bakar.
Khan. Book of 2 Timothy, chapter 1, verse 7. For God hath not given us the spirit of fear, but of power.
But of what?
But of power and of love and of a sound mind.
Right. having a sound mind, man, is straight up. You know, it's like, because without a sound mind and, you know, understanding the scriptures, then you can't compartmentalize none of this stuff that's going on, right? Because racism is in the South, right? So how do you explain something going on in Minnesota? You feel me? Michael Brown was killed in what, Missouri? Like, well, damn, well, I thought slavery was in the South. But this happened in Missouri. I mean, I thought slavery was in Alabama, but, you know, this happened in, Chicago, right? You're confused, right? I'm going to read y'all something. Hold on. I'm going to read y'all something. Let me see. Where's it at? Okay, here we go. Got it right here. This is from The Art of War, the book The Art of War by Sun Tzu. It's a quote that he said. It said, if you know the enemy and know yourself, you need not fear the result of 100 battles, right? If you know the enemy and you know yourself, you need not fear the result of 100 battles. If you know yourself, but not your enemy, for every victory gained, you will also suffer a defeat. If you know neither the enemy nor yourself, you will succumb in every battle. And this is the Chinese man. Even the Chinese man, The Art of War, right? And this is and The Art of War is a book about the psychology of war. That's what it's about. It's about being, being able to be ready for your opponent, right? Because you could be a type of person who could be like a master in the sword, right? And you really like, you're dominant on the battlefield, but it's a chance that you can get beat because you might be too stuck in your pride that you're not ready for this enemy that's coming up that you're about to face. And then as a result, you'll lose, right? That's what The Art of War is about, right? But I ain't gonna hold y'all too much, right? Because I don't want to overload y'all too much, right? But I want to let y'all know what power is, all right? All right, I'm gonna read it for you. All right. This is from the book, the interracial con game, right? It says, power is self-evident. Power answers to no one other than the Most High himself. Power is the ability to determine, Power is the ability to determine the status quo and who sits at the top of the pecking order. Power is the ability to determine what is news and what is not. Power is controlling the financial, political, and educational institutions so you and your kind benefit. Power is the ability to control your own images and the images of those who are less powerful than you. Power is the ability to determine who goes to jail and for what crime and for how long. Power is the ability to vote in an election and still have that vote counted. Power is other people coming to you to get what they need and you declining how much they get. And you deciding how much they get. Power is the ability to feed yourself without depending on others. Power is the ability to generate and produce what you need to survive, which includes your own infrastructure and necessities. Electricity, gasoline, water, housing, food, clothing, weapons, schools, universities, currency, banking, and hospitals without depending on others for your survival. Power is the ability to decide what your currency looks like, how much it's worth, and how much it buys, whether it's a gallon of milk or a gallon of gas. Power is the ability to determine who lives where, how many of them can live there, and how long they can stay there. Power is the ability to move populations and determine what part of what city will be black and what part of what city will be white. Power is the ability to own land that no one can take from you, even if eminent domain, even if it's in eminent domain, because you make the laws. Power is the ability to punish a police officer for shooting an unarmed man 41 times. Power is the ability to rescue people from rooftops after a hurricane in less than 4 days, and to make sure Katrina never happens in the first place. No one No one black politician, poet, activist, entertainer, corporate board member, CEO, business person, millionaire, billionaire had the juice to pick up a phone and make a call to the White House and get one black person off the roof when Katrina hit. So just think about that for a second. All the money we got, we couldn't even save our own people off the goddamn roof when Katrina hit. They had to sit and wait for who? The white people to come and save them. Right? So, what is not power? Power is not a Mercedes or a Jaguar, a dozen rental properties, a good job in a Fortune 500 company, a dozen college degrees, or a Pulitzer Prize. It's not being the biggest rap star or black movie star with the most crossover appeal. It's not owning the biggest house on the block when the bank still holds the mortgage. The taxing authority can seize it for unpaid taxes. And the government can take the land it sits on without declaring eminent domain. It's not owning the black business when the business relies on white supplies, bankers, dealers, distributors, contracts, and advertising dollars. So that just pretty much just killed us right there. So hopefully, man, with this show, with this class, man, I can, hopefully help y'all to understand, man. Like if we want power, we can get it, right? But we got to get it the right way. You want to come into this school and you're a brother that want power, you can get it. But you got to do it the right way. And you can get all the glory and the power that you look for, that you desire, all of those good things, right? They can be added to you. But what you got to do, you got to seek the kingdom of the Lord first, right? No matter what you do, always remember that, and you'll be good to go, right? You come in here, you learn, you build yourself up, right? Because if you try to fight whatever you got going on by yourself, Satan will win. Satan knows you. Right? He's been around you for thousands of years. Right? You can't beat Satan on your own. You got to get in here, get around the brothers, get around the sisters, and get around strong brotherhood and sisterhood. Because sisterhood and brotherhood is the foundation. Right? It's our foundation. It's how we move. It's what is going to help us make the best decisions and strategize which way we should move as a people. If you don't have that, you don't have nothing. Right? Until we understand that our brotherhood, right? Hold on. We got to stop saying that, we got to stop calling the oppressor our light-skinned brothers. Can we stop doing that, Salaki? I was trying to end it out, something profound. But we got to stop doing that. Stop saying that the oppressor is your light-skinned brother or your light-skinned sister, right? Because, she messed with black dudes, right? Can we do that? Can we at least, start to change the little things, right? To make ourselves stronger as a nation. That's what it takes, man. That's black power, right? You can get it, but the Lord, you got to make sure you serve the Lord properly first, and all the things will be added to you. All right, with that being said, I'm going to end it out, and I'm going to turn it over to Priest and Officer Thushiya.
We got ISUPK security announcement.
Drop your bomb.
ISUPK security announcements. Rules for new brothers and new sisters. When a new brother and new sister come into the school, they are off limits for 6 months. They are to be saluted only. They are here to learn and to share themselves. The teacher will arrange it. After 6 months, if a brother or sister have a particular interest in a particular person, they are to seek counsel from the head. Tithing, which is a commandment. Ma'asharah means 10 in Hebrew. Numbers 18:21. Malachi 3:8-10. That's 10% of every. That's 10% of every penny.
The microphone.
Of any increase the Lord will give to you.
We can't hear you.
Preach fund.
Oh yeah, just let them finish it out. Yeah.
Preach fund is a free will offering. It's not mandatory. Whatever amount you would like, you may give. Upcoming Holy Convocation. We got the Feast of Purim that's coming up. That's the 14th and the 15th of February. All right, come out and make sure y'all come out and support that, because that's a high holy day for the quick thinking of a strong and godly sister. Right. If anyone wants to be a trooper in the school, start wearing all black boots, shirt, pants, headband, and scarf, and saying that, Amijah, that means to stand. Just the brothers. Just the brothers. Amayim Shabbat. Amayim Barak.
Yahweh Hashem Yahweh.
What I just said was, Lord, in the name of Yahweh Shah, which is known to the world as Jesus Christ, bless you. Yat Yamatah, that means your arms down. Amayim for the sisters, stand. Sar for the brothers, face the sisters. Amayim Shabbat. Amayim Barak.
Yahweh Shema and Thumba Hashem Yahweh.
What I just said was, Lord, in watch over you in the name of Yahweh Shah Mashiach, which is known to the world as Jesus Christ. Yat Yamatah, class dismissed.